This is the guy that was supposedly the genius behind Apple's retail strategy, invented the Apple retail store experience, and went on, you know, with great expectations to Penney.
Right, he took the Apple retail, but he came from a very successful run at Target to Apple and took a non-existent business at Apple, the retail business, and mind you, a retail PC business which had been filled with landmines for decades before it.
So what happened?
Well, at Apple, of course, he created an $18 billion business, but we have said on this show in other contexts, there will never be another Steve Jobs. And maybe his success, Ron Johnson's success, was being at Apple, not being Ron Johnson. And, you know, what he did at Target, maybe even his success was being at Target and being at Apple. You know, it's possible that not just because we're the tech show, to go the corollary, but when, you know, we think about Ray Lane at Hewlett-Packard, right? A really highly respected guy known for his operational abilities, a rock star at Oracle. When we think at Carol Bartz at Yahoo, right? Known for her operational ability, took Autodesk from nothing to something. When we think of Ron Johnson at Penney, maybe these are businesses, Hewlett-Packard, Yahoo, Penney, that even a great manager can't
Well,
fix.
exactly. Maybe it's a Penney problem and not a Ron Johnson problem.
But I think that, you know, the Bill Ackman investment into Penney really brought to mind a lot of people's attention. What was it? What were the assets here? What was this business? Look at all the other retailers, whether it was Kohl's or Macy's or what have you, that in a broad market appeal, retailers that have had great success, whose stocks have had, at least in the case of Macy's in particular, a great rise. You know, Penney's has over 1,000 stores with an average retail per square foot price of $4, 2/3 of it in shopping malls. They've got an asset there and a strong customer base, but by trying to go up market, they seem to have alienated a lot of their old customers and not replace them with new customers.
It's ironic that at the same time, Apple brought in John Browett to run the Apple stores, and then he has since gone as well.
Yeah, and I think there's maybe completely separate issues there. I think what they really wanted to try at Penney was a builder. And Bill Ackman, again, very crucial in bringing in Ron Johnson. And just a few days ago, backing off saying mistakes were made. That was not a good sign. I think one of the most damning things is Ron Johnson's, well, two things. Ron Johnson's involvement in the Macy's suit. We found out that trying to bring Martha Stewart into the stores, he was very aware that she had an exclusive contract with Macy's and that there may have been collusion there to really put the hurt on Macy's by stealing Martha away. And secondly, the notion that he would, Sheila Dhamarajan was in the last hour talking about this, but that he would try out these concepts without trying out these concepts. He'd just go into a store with a new idea. We're going to do this. We're not going to test it. We're not going to spend time figuring out if it's going to work. I'm a genius. It's going to work. Didn't work.